I'm Lucy,
I'm Amelia.
and welcome to
Two girls,
All
all
the
the
Tea.
tea.
So grab a cuppa.
And join us.
We're back again.
Welcome back,
Back
to another
again.
episode. Guess what, guys? We're going a deep dive into another one of our little fandoms.
This is
it a fandom?
everyone's fandom.
Hyperfixation.
This is everyone's favourite thing at the moment.
Traitors.
Traitors.
Let me tell you, they've just announced the new celebrity cast.
Yes.
Right, Miranda Hart, my top three. Miranda Hart,
Mm-hmm.
James Acaster, Michael Sheen.
I have to say, I high-key agree.
Yeah, right?
Miranda Hart has got to be one of the top ones, because incredible.
She will be. I feel like if she was a traitor, she'd be like an Alan Carr situ.
Oh, if she's going to be a traitor, I will literally cry.
But you know what?
Hilarious.
I feel like Michael Sheen would be such a good, like, calm traitor. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he'd be the traitor that everyone trusts.
Yeah.
So he'd be like at the round tables, like, guys, come on, let's all just agree to disagree. Like, let's calm down. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, he's the traitor.
He's gonna be like the ringleader of everything. I can feel it.
He's gonna be.
People are gonna turn to him.
Yeah.
As like a mature eye.
Exactly. Yeah. He's gonna be like the one that everyone trusts, and they're like, you know what? He's so soft spoken. Like he's so intelligent. Like he'll be great.
Yeah. It was like Stephen Fry. Everyone just trusted him.
Yeah. Everyone just trusted him. Yeah. Until he was he voted out or killed?
He was voted out. I think.
When that happened, I was like, how dumb can you?
I know it was like the big dog theory though. Yeah. That was a whole.
And then they just didn't like go on. Like they just didn't even do that in the end.
Oh,
the big dogs.
It wasn't Stephen, so it can't be Jonathan.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Literally.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The fact that Jonathan Ross stayed in for so long when it was so obvious.
It's the fact that Alan Carr won it. I'm still not over that.
Iconic moment when he was like, I am a faithful. No, I am. I just get really nervous. I was
like laughing, and they were all like, "Oh, bless him."
They were all like, "Oh, Alan."
Oh, it's just Alan.
Like, what?
That was insane.
I think that's the thing, because he is like that. They just believed it. That he was like, "No, I am just really nervous," and they believed that was like the case.
I really liked the celebrity one, but I feel like that was a fault that it did have. Is the fact that they all already had.
They already knew each other.
Like, well, most of them had worked together.
Yeah, they either knew each other or knew of each other.
Yes, they
and
already
had like a perception in their brain of like who this person was.
Preconceptions of their personality. Yeah.
Whereas the original, just traitors, regular everyday people.
That's just incredible.
I feel like it was even more chaotic.
I think the celebrity one is really fun, but I don't think it stands anywhere near the normal one.
My favourite line from the celebrity one though is when Alan went, "God, I'm worse than Linda."
Because everyone knows Linda. She's like her own little celebrity.
She is. I love her so much.
I love. Should we start from season one?
Let's do it. Season one. Iconic moments in season one.
We've already spoken about this quite a lot to each other. But the exact breakfast in season one, I think it was like episode 5 or something. That breakfast like changed the trajectory of my life. Yeah. I have never been the same. It was the breakfast, for anyone who doesn't recurringly watch this, which apparently I do. Yeah. It was the breakfast where basically Alex and Tom were dating.
Yeah, but they hadn't revealed it yet. Everyone was saying, "Oh, Alex is a traitor, Alex is a traitor." And Tom went, "Guys, can I just say, Alex is my girlfriend, so she's not a traitor." Yeah. What are you on about?
Also, how does that mean that she's not a traitor? Exactly. Also, why are you... And Alex was
sat there like, hang on, we did not agree to this.
Oh my gosh. And then we had like Maddie, who was the icon. Faithful, undecided, traitor, icon. You know, when I saw her in the Call the Midwife Christmas special this year, I was like, my girl, it's Maddie. I love her. Like, give her an Oscar. Yeah. But when she was like, "Oh, I thought Matt was getting with Alex," like in front of everyone. And then Matt started like crying his eyes out at breakfast.
Alex was just like,
no one told him to leave or anything. And then Maddie was just like, "Can I just say, I feel really bad for Matt because he was trying to get with Alex in front of everyone." And Matt's like, she's sobbing. Why would you say that? Like, but it's iconic. It's so, and then there was some other guy, John? He was like an older guy. He started like having a go at everyone. And then Hannah was like shouting back at him. She was like, "I don't trust you." And they were all like shouting at each other over the table. People were like storming out this breakfast. Yeah. Claudia was in the other room, like, I haven't even been in yet. She was, oh my god.
Claudia was sat there like, do I go in? Do I even go into the breakfast?
Like, with the camera like zooms in on her and she's like, "I don't know what to do." And she's like, what do I do? Like, she's probably looking at the producers like, "Oh my gosh." Like, but it's just like, it shows how high stakes it is. And I feel like the first season, no one knew what was going to happen with anything. So they were all just like living this for the first time. Yeah. Oh my, that I've watched that Breakfast at least like 10 times in my life. Like, high key, we should watch it after this. Like,
we should. Yeah, let's
everyone go watch that right
now. Was
now.
this the season where they recruited someone, because it was Wilf in the end, wasn't it? He was a traitor. But they recruited someone who then at the final round table was like, I just want you all to know that you've been played. And like that made them all go, wait, it's Wilf.
It was Andrew. He, on the final round table, the very final one, he voted Wilf because he knew Wilf had stitched him up. And then when he stood up there, he was like, that's my final parting gift to you. Yeah. And then he walked off, and then Hannah was like, what does he mean? Yeah. She was like looking at Wilf like, what does he mean? And Wilf was like, I don't know. But I think like with Wilf, I have so much to say, oh my gosh. I feel like with Wilf, he felt so guilty though. Yeah. Like,
I feel like every traitor in the end feels guilty. They're like, oh, actually, this is, apart from the season, was it season 3? The newest season that wasn't Celebrity. Season 4. Yeah. I feel like they didn't feel guilty.
No, I feel like they felt a bit guilty, but they knew they were in it together. Yeah. But I feel like Wilf, because he was in there by himself,
and he was best mates with Hannah.
He was best mates with Hannah, Meryl, like Aaron. Aaron was like crying because he was going to give this money to his mum. Like, like there was so much at stake for them three. And I feel like Wilf, like, because when they said, "Oh, we think it's Wilf," he literally cried and he was like, "I'm so glad you voted me out." Yeah. And he was like, "I literally couldn't have lived with myself if I'd have taken that money." Yeah. Because he was so close with them three. Like,
I know.
Oh, you know, I saw him once.
Did you?
Yeah, he was doing like a promo for this like toothbrush thing. He was like outside like Liverpool Street Station.
Okay.
I was just like trying to go to work. I was like, is that? Yeah, it is. And I was like, oh, first. All right then. I just like walked off.
I feel like, because that moment in season 1 where Andrew is like, oh, that's my parting gift. I feel like after that they've gone, oh, we can't have them saying that again.
Can't do that,
because I feel like there has been like in the other seasons at the round table when they easily could have like hinted and they've not. So I think they've like shut that down immediately. They've gone, oh, that's why Wilf lost.
Yeah,
because
well, it
was like, yeah.
I think if it hadn't been for that, they wouldn't have voted Wilf at all. No. But Andrew obviously had been played so bad that he was just like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna, and then the producers were like, oh, dear. But yeah, season 1 was just like the OG. I loved season 1. It was incredible.
It's where it all started.
It was so
the fact that like right at the beginning, didn't they just like not like vote people out, but right at the beginning, Claudia was like, right, you 3, you're gone. And then they came back and everyone was like, what?
Oh my gosh, they like, she made them, she was like, didn't she say like, stand in order from strongest to weakest? Yeah. And then some people like took one for the team, was like, oh, I'll say I'm the weakest or whatever. And like then she was like, okay, well, you 3 can leave then. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god.
I know, literally the stakes were so high from the beginning. We were like, hang on.
Oh, okay. And like no one had ever seen.
It was such a gag-worthy show.
I literally remember watching that for the first time and I was like, this is
I was like texting you like, gag.
I love the fact that I have like a group of friends. Like there's like you, Molly, Nathan. Like sometimes like my old housemates watch it and I know
you're like switching between messages. You're like, hang on.
Literally there's like 6 different conversations happening and I'm like, oh my god, everyone's at a different part. And also then if you don't watch it like live, you have to like put your phone in a cupboard and lock that cupboard because you know when you open your phone you're gonna have like at least different 6 conversations with people who've messaged you about Traitors. Or you have to message them before and be like, I'm not watching it live. Please don't message me anything. But then when people don't watch it live, I have to like make a notes page. I'm gonna say it because it's like I need to tell them.
I know.
Oh my gosh, season 2.
Was this the one where I can't remember his name? Who won? What was the guy who won?
Aaron. Was it? No,
it wasn't Aaron. What was his name?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can actually see.
Oh my
him.
god.
Should I have a look?
I know. We're gonna have to Google this. But this was because I thought there was only 3 seasons. What? I think I'm getting seasons mixed up in my head.
I think I'm
wrong.
Number 3 was Linda.
Yeah, that's the newest season.
No, number 4 was Stephen and Rachel.
Oh yeah, I'm literally forgetting the newest season. Do you know what it is? It's because I'm thinking of Harriet, and to me, she's become a celebrity in my head. So I was thinking that was the celebrity season.
Yes,
because Harriet Tice has become like a celebrity in my head. Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, that must have been the celebrity season. No, I agree. There was 4.
Yeah, there was season 2 when it was Harry.
Harry, that's it. Harry and Molly. Oh, that final reveal.
And I'm sorry, but Christie, do you remember him?
Oh my god, Jazz. Was it hit those 3 at the end, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to Molly, but how dumb can you be? That's really harsh. That's really harsh. But no, because right at the end, like she changes her mind, like right. And I'm sorry, but why would Jessica Christie vote to re-vote if he was a traitor?
Because he would have taken the money.
Yeah,
he would have taken.
So I'm like, because he knew that Molly and Harry were so close. Why would he be like, oh, let's re-vote? Because if he was,
because he was going to take all the money anyway.
If he was a traitor, he'd be able to take the money.
So she thought both of them were faithful. Why would Jazz have voted again if he was a traitor? Because he was going to take all of the money.
Yeah, exactly.
So why would he?
So
have
it was
voted
obvious
anyway?
that Harry was the traitor to me.
It was
but I
very
suppose
obvious.
it's very difficult. Like when you're actually in the situation, it must be so like confusing.
Yeah, and she was really close with Harry, but still, like it's not.
So that was a really harsh comment of me. I'm so sorry.
It's not a friend's game.
I'm so sorry.
Though. But yeah, when she just like, whether that was the thing, like in all the seasons, everyone's been happy for each other, but now when she just like walked off.
Yeah.
When she
but
just,
I don't blame her. Like
I would have. Oh my god, imagine.
Yeah.
You've spent like all these weeks.
And he was like, no, I swear to you, I'm faithful. Like I promise, I swear on my life.
Yeah, literally.
To have that, and then for him to be like, yeah, I'm traitor. I'd be like,
when he said it, and he was so sly, and she just walked
off.
And walked off.
I don't blame her.
I would have.
I was like, icon. When she did that, I was like, yeah.
I would have left the set. I would have like got him on them Range Rovers and gone back out of Scotland. I'm going back home.
I will give it to Harry. He was a great traitor.
He was.
He was so good at playing the game. Yeah. So he did deserve to win. And I think, didn't he in the end give some money to Molly? I swear I read like an article that he gave some money to her.
Not Jazzatha though. Jazzatha Chrissy was like, huh?
He's like, I made it to the end too. What?
He knew he was the traitor. He said Harry from the beginning.
He did, from the beginning.
Oh my gosh, he was robbed. He was robbed. I bet he was thinking, huh? That meme where the cat's like...
For real. But Harry was like such a good traitor.
Yeah, he was.
Such a good traitor.
This is the thing though, it is part of the game then, and people were so mad at him when he like took all the money. But I was like, that's the point of the game. That's the whole point. Like, and people were like, nah, he shouldn't have done that. Like, and I was like, but that is the game. The faithfuls aren't going to win every time.
It's also not his fault that Jazz voted to vote again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it's not his fault that Molly voted Jazz.
Yeah.
He just played the game
exactly
how he was supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to talk about Diane.
Oh my god.
The mother of mothers.
What was it? Paul? Paul's not my son.
Paul just couldn't be my son.
But Ross is.
Oh my god. The way that changed my life. Didn't you buy me like a mug for Christmas with that on?
Yeah.
I'm not wishing you a Merry Christmas, but
Ross is.
That was when that happened, and then it went into like a case study. Yeah. And it looked like a murder documentary of like them growing up together. Yeah. I was like, literally, I was sat on my couch like, oh my god. I imagine that's how people feel when their team like wins the Premier League.
Yeah.
Was that moment. And then when that bit, and then it did like the whole thing where the whole time people had been talking about how Diane was like their mum.
Yeah.
But we hadn't even picked up on that. That bit where like, oh my gosh, there's so many things. That bit where like, he was like saying to Diane, like, oh, this Sunday roast is so much better than my mum's. Like, and she was like, well, I'm sure your mum wouldn't be very happy about that. And he was like, nah, she understands it's not the best. And that bit where they were in the car on the way home from like her being in the coffin and getting voted out.
Oh my god, that was also like a gag moment.
That was camp. Like her leading her own funeral procession, insane. The most camp thing to air on the BBC ever. Like insane. But like that bit where he do it in the car and then someone was like, nah, she was like my mum. And Ross was like, no, she's my mum. And then someone was like, no, she was my mum first. And Ross was like, nah, she's my mum. And then he like winked at the camera and I was like, oh my god, what is happening? Oh my
Honestly,
god.
I feel like that was such a not like a step up from season 1, but from season 1 where we were like, oh, you can't have that gag moment again. And then it was like, but Ross is. And I was like,
oh my god,
it happened again!
It happens every season. Every season I'm like, oh my god.
There's always some sort of relationship every season. And every season we're still like, oh my god.
It's insane. Like, yeah, that was like the most insane thing anyone has ever seen.
But to me, when it's like, you know when people go on the show together and they're like, oh, we're not going to tell anyone. Surely you've learned from the other seasons. Like, if you don't tell anyone, it's gonna come out, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, wait."
I guess Ross and Diane's didn't.
That's true. But didn't he? He got recruited at some point, didn't he? Because I remember when he was voted out, and he said, "I'm a traitor," and they were like, "He killed his own mum."
Yeah, and he was like, didn't he say when he got voted out, he was like, "Oh,
and by the way, Diane's my mum."
Diane was my mum, and everyone was like, "Huh?" Because everyone was really convinced that Paul was her son,
just because they both had red hair.
Literally,
isn't that kind of like not like racist, but you know what I mean, like red hair racist? Like, what was that about?
Everyone was like, they're both ginger. Oh my god! And I was like, huh? I was like, okay. But season three in my mind is just like so.
It's just like, Linda. Like,
Linda. All I see is Linda. And that woman who got the rope. You don't need to be a sailor to know how to tie a rope.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Linda was like the best thing to happen in that year.
She was
like at all.
She was incredible. It was when it was like Traitors. Yeah.
She
looked at Claudia and they kept calling her out on it and she was like, well, I'm sorry, I just looked at her, like I didn't listen to what she was saying.
Oh my god, that breakfast where someone got voted out and she just started crying and everyone was like,
she was my daughter.
Yeah,
like,
everyone was like, and I was like, literally someone was like, did they even speak? Like She wasn't even close to this person at all.
Yeah, she literally like killed this person off, and she was like, "Oh, but to make me look less suspicious, I'm gonna bawl my eyes out." What? Was there not also? Was this the season with the priest, or was it? Was she a priest? Where she suddenly was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna reveal right now, I am a priest," and everyone was like,
yeah.
"What?"
So she was like,
I can't be a traitor. So yeah, she was like, I have to be faithful because I am faithful to God.
I think that was that season.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, okay.
She was like, just so you all know, I'm not a traitor because I'm actually a priest. And everyone was like,
relevant.
Right. She was like, I swear to God. And they were like,
yeah.
She swore to God.
She swore to God. Yeah, everyone was like, oh my God. Yeah, I think that was that season. I can't remember who it was though. That was definitely that season on season 4.
Yeah.
Linda, literally all I remember is Linda. She was so expressionful. Like she made so many big expressions. Anything would happen. You know, a bit where she's like, "Oh my God, who is not going to come back into this room?" Like, oh my gosh.
I was like, you need to chill out, babe.
Every
like,
moment of airtime that she had was incredible. Like, I couldn't fault it at all.
Was this was the season, wasn't it, with Charlotte? Well, Charlotte.
Well, Charlotte, it was. It was.
She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not actually Welsh." I was like, "What a weird lie!" Like,
why
would you enter saying you're Welsh?
Didn't she say that she'd Google, like, she'd done some research and Welsh was the most trustworthy accent? So she's like, "I'm going to be Welsh."
And then there was an actual Welsh person in it, and she was like, "Oh."
She was like, "Oh no, yeah." But I feel like her Welsh accent just
quite good.
It was quite good, but she kind of dipped in and out of it. Like
she
sometimes she was speaking.
By the end of it, I feel like she was just not doing a Welsh accent.
Because this was, oh my gosh, so much happened in this season. This was the season with Frankie and Alexander, and they had the seer situation, and Frankie was the seer, so she went to go see Charlotte.
I thought it was Alexander, or was it? It must have been.
No,
it was Frankie. It was Frankie. Yeah.
Because then she went to go see Charlotte. And then, like, Charlotte was like, "Well, I'm a traitor," but she was like, "It's your word against mine."
Yeah.
She was like,
"Oh my God, yeah," because we watched this together. I was visiting you in London. We watched this together, and I remember us like thinking the whole process through our heads, where we were like, "Okay, so we need Frankie to choose Charlotte to have the conversation with, because then that reveals that Charlotte is a traitor, which saves Alexander because we loved Alexander." And we were like, and then all the faithfuls can win. And then when it like ended on that cliffhanger, didn't it? And she was like, "I'm gonna choose Charlotte," and you like legged it around the room. You're like, yes.
But then it worked so bad, and everyone's.
I know it didn't work out how we thought it would.
Because then Frankie was like, but then Charlotte was like, "But it's your word against mine."
Yeah.
She was like, "I can just
tell people you're the traitor.
Tell people you're the traitor, and you're lying to say you're bad."
It didn't work out how we thought it would.
And then Frankie was like, "But I'll just tell people you're the traitor." She was like, "Well, they're just going to vote us both out because they can't be sure."
Yeah.
So Charlotte.
And then
they
went and voted Alexander out. I was like,
well,
my man.
Alexander did nothing wrong, and they were like, "We're going to vote again."
Literally, like, he did nothing wrong the whole season, and they were like, "But he's a bit suspicious because he came back."
Yeah, it was weird.
It's because he like killed off or voted off at some point, and then they brought him back. A bit like season 1, where they removed. It was the train.
It was the
because there was Jack Mariner Brown in that season.
Yes, because they had people in the cages, but Alexander got chosen by the people to come back.
So there was the train situation in the first episode where 3 people had to get off.
Yeah.
And then they were brought back in the cages and only 2 could go through. Because Jack Mariner Brown, bless him, from Beverley, so near us, East Yorkshire. He's an East Yorkshire lad. He got like 2 minutes screen time.
No, he did.
Bless his heart.
He did.
But he's now ambassador of Hull Trains. So.
Love. I need to have words with him because I've had so many issues with Hull Trains.
I think he's like ambassador or something like that. Wow. Hull Trains comes up on his profile. So.
But like, it's because Alexander was like wasn't he like he was like a interrogation officer in like the army, and they were like, we just can't trust that. But in the same breath, Leanne, who won, was a military. Yeah, she was military. Yeah, but didn't she say she was a nails tech? Because she was like, I don't want people to think I'm sus.
Oh yeah, she did. And then everyone believed it because she was like blonde and like tan.
She's blonde and tan, and she had like really good makeup and hair. Like
everyone was like, yeah, she must be that.
Literally, but I realized that bit where they had to carry them logs up the mountain. She was really good at it.
And then she had to like pretend that she was out of breath.
Yeah, and someone was like, "Why are you really good at this?" She's like, she was like, "Oh, it's because I just go to the gym."
Yeah,
because she was like, I keep nearly saying like, "Oh, it's obviously because I'm in the military."
Yeah,
like, obviously I'm good at carrying this stone up, and that's what I do. Like, because obviously she was like super fit.
Yeah,
but then she kept being like, "Well, it's because I just love it. Yeah, I'm really super fit. Yeah, like it was so funny. She kept like slipping up.
Yeah."
But
I honestly felt so bad for Alexander. Yeah. I loved him so much.
Didn't he? Did you see though that he raised
more than he would have won.
For the charity he was going to give it to, because humans can sometimes be kind.
I know, because I think after he lost, everyone felt so bad for him, so they're like, we're just going to have to donate.
Yeah, literally.
But it was,
as they should.
There was such an iconic line that Claudia said where I think was it like a challenge where they had to like sing or something? He was singing and Claudia went, "I can confirm that Alexander is single." Something like that. It was so good.
She was in the comments like, "He's single, by the way." Yeah, because I remember he was like, like kind of hot. Like
Claudia has some gag-worthy lines.
She does.
She's so funny. I love
her. Oh my god! I feel like
it's when she shouts at them like they're like a year 9 class. When she's like, "Faithful, what are you doing?" That's like year 9, like science teacher being like, "Year 9s, what are you doing?"
And then the challenges, she's like, "Run!" She's like, "Bring it to me quickly! You've got 30 seconds!" Like she gets so into it. She's like screaming at them because I feel that like I can hear Claudia screaming, and she's like, "Guys!" Like
I actually love her.
So good. Like season 4.
Oh my god, there's a lot to unpack there.
Honestly, what stands out to me, just because we were just talking about that, you know James?
Yeah.
Like literally like Tigger. If there was a person on this earth that was like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, it's him. You know what, I respect him. When he was like doing that challenge in like one of the final episodes, and he just like passed out in the bushes and started like being sick. And what's his name? Oh my gosh, Faraz just like left him.
But weren't they like, "Oh well, he's obviously like forfeiting the challenge, so he must be a traitor"? I was like, no, he's literally just ill. Like
he ran so hard up that hill.
I felt so bad. He had a lot of heat on him for a long time, where people were like, "He's a traitor, he's a traitor."
Episode.
And every episode he was like, "Guys, I'm not. Like, please leave me alone."
I will give it to him.
And then they're like, "Well, he forfeited the challenge because he threw up."
I know. I will give it to him that he was not a great faithful.
He was not a great faithful.
He was not a traitor, but he wasn't a great faithful.
He made himself look suspicious.
Like if I was on that show, I would have thought he was a traitor. There was parts of me thinking, you know, in the beginning when we had to guess who a traitor was.
Yeah.
There's parts of me thinking he's one of the traitors. He's the secret traitor because Fiona and Rachel drama.
Oh my god.
My god.
What was the name of the police? Was she like a police detective or something? And Rachel was like, "Guys, just so you know, like," because she got voted off, I think, or killed off. And they were like, "Oh, and she told me she was a police detective." Amanda. And that's where the whole drama started, where Rachel was like, "Oh, guys, just so you know, like Amanda told me she's actually a police detective. And she wanted me to share this with you after she like left." And then Fiona was like, "Okay, so Rachel's just made that up and she's a traitor." Drama. What?
And Rachel was literally there like,
Rachel was like, "But you're a traitor too." What are you on about?
It was like Stephen as well, caught in the middle of all of this. And he was just there looking between them like,
I loved Stephen so much.
It's when they got in like the turret that evening after the drama, because neither of them got voted out, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if neither of them get voted out, this is going to be a hella awkward turret.
The way that like they were like death glaring in the turret, and Stephen was like, "So shall we make a vote?"
Yes, like, Stephen was actually there like, "So guys," he was like,
Rachel was like death glaring Fiona. Fiona was like, "Well, I don't know what your game is, Rachel." And Rachel was like, "Nothing. I don't have a game."
And then Stephen was like, "Can we just speak about this, guys?" And Rachel was like, "She started it. She can speak about it." And Rachel,
honestly,
Stephen
like,
was like
school children.
I know, but hilarious,
gag worthy.
I was like, love, like
this show is so camp. Oh my god,
so camp. I think it's the campiest thing to come out like ever.
Yeah,
like ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Also,
and then,
Harriet.
Oh, we went to see Harriet.
We've met Harriet. So she published her book Witch Trial, and she did an event at Hull Library for some reason. She loved to visit Hull. Oh yeah, because Jessie was in it, who's from Hull. So Jessie was at Hull Library. But yeah, so we went over with our friend Hannah, who's like actually studying to be a barrister, and obviously Harriet is ex-barrister. So Hannah was like, having a whole conversation with her about like barrister stuff, and like Harriet was like signing a book, like, "Oh yeah. And then she looked at me and I went, "I'm not training to be a barrister." And she went, "Well, I'll still sign your book." I was like, "Thank you."
I didn't even get a book.
No.
I was just there for a good time.
I was like waiting for you to just look at her and be like, "There's a cat amongst the pigeons, Roxy." And that's actually, in Witch Trial, by the way. That's in the book.
Which she wrote before Traitors.
Yeah, so she obviously loves that line.
Because she said, she was like, ironically, I did put that in the book. And
but she hadn't realised, I don't think. It was after it was published when people started saying it to her, and she was like, oh yeah, okay.
I was actually kind of glad that at the talk, she didn't actually speak about Traitors, really. She spoke about the book.
It was nice because there was one question that she answered where it was like, "Oh yeah, my life has like drastically changed since Traitors because more people are like finding my books." But then the rest of the talk was all about her books, which I love.
I thought that was really nice because we didn't really go for the Traitors vibe. We actually went because we wanted to read the book. And we were thinking there's probably a lot of people here that have come maybe because they've seen on Traitors like us, but also now are interested in her books. And that's a really good way for her to like monetize off of that in the cleverest way. Like I would be if I were her.
But that line, "There's a cat amongst the pigeons, Roxy!"
When she like screamed
Icon!
I said that like religiously for a week after. Like I've not actually
the fact that she was on Rachel.
Oh
she was
my
on
gosh.
her
When she
for
as well,
so long.
do you remember that other guy that was a barrister as well?
Yeah.
And she absolutely slated him at the round table. And
he
she
was out so quick.
She was barrister mode. No one had any heat on him. And then she just went for him and waited for him. And he got voted out.
Yeah, and he was a traitor.
And he was a traitor.
She was on it. Like,
and everyone was like, my God. Like,
and then they went and voted her out. I was like,
yeah.
Why?
It's because I think she was just like very intense.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. But some people, I'm quite intense.
Yeah. But everyone saw that as like a threat, I think. Everyone was like, why is she so intense about this? Why does she have so many feelings about this?
I think they saw it as a threat, whereas I would have been like,
but she was on it. Like,
she was on it.
The fact that it was like that bit where Rachel and Stephen were able to stand in like, what's it called? Like, you know, like the priest, like
the confession box.
Confession box. And like Harriet was like, well, I know that Rachel is the traitor. And Rachel was like,
Rachel was literally absolutely.
And Harriet was like, so Rachel, I want you to know I am not going to hold back. I was like, yes, my girl.
The way Rachel was literally.
And then the next episode, she was going for her. Yeah. And at that round table, she was just like, you know what, you can vote me out all you want, but I'm going to stand up there and say I'm faithful, and then you need to go for Rachel. What did they do? They didn't go for Rachel. Of course they didn't.
Rachel on this season, she dodged
so much.
Dodged. She was like playing dodgeball. And she won.
Like Fiona, then Harriet, and she was like, "Oh my God, leave me alone."
There was so many times, and like, what's the name as well? Oh my gosh, there was someone else that like had Jade.
Yeah,
Jade dodged.
Oh my God!
Every single episode, everyone was like, "I think it's Jade." I don't think there was a single.
She didn't do anything to raise suspicion.
There was a round table where she didn't get voted.
No,
I was like, "What the hell?
What is going on?"
But then, like, as well, just Rachel. I'm so surprised she made it. But I'm so glad that her and Stephen took each other to the win. And I was
really scared because of previous seasons, like the history with traitors turning on each other. I was so scared that they were going to turn on each other. Well, they kind of did at one point. Do you remember when Rachel was like, obviously I'm never going to vote for you, but it's just like I might have to talk about you sometimes. And then Stephen took that as, okay, so I'm going to chat about Rachel. Yeah. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, guys, when he went up to people and he was like, so how do you feel about Rachel? And I was like, what are you doing? No. But luckily they never actually fully turned on each other, which I was so scared for because of like that happening in previous seasons. I was so happy that we had like a traitor win of like two of them.
Amazing traitors. Yeah. I always respected Stephen so much. Yeah. Because the way that he knew he could have easily voted her out.
He could have easily done it. Yeah.
He statistically could have done it.
Yeah.
He could have just voted her out.
She had so much heat on her. He could have turned it. He could have gone, oh yeah, I think Rachel's traitor too.
Easily.
Because everyone trusted him as well. He was like that like calm voice that people trusted. So if he'd have gone, oh yeah, I think it's Rachel too, she'd have been gone.
And there was a bit at the end as well where they voted to go again. He could have voted to not go again and then said, well, I think it's Rachel. We should just vote Rachel. Because he could have taken
Oh my God, the end when Faraz was like, so I don't think it's Rachel. And then he like was sat at like the interview bit and he was like, yeah, I really don't think Rachel's oh my God, Rachel's a traitor. I was like, my guy, how have you got this far? Like,
literally,
I loved him.
He represented the Gen Zs amongst
Yeah.
Like, he was incredible.
It was the way he like suddenly just stopped you and went, oh my God, Rachel's a traitor. I was like, how are you only now figuring this out?
4 of them left. I was like, who else do you think it is? He went through them all and was like, I don't think it's them.
He's like, I don't think it's any of them. I was like, it has to be someone.
Someone for us. It's someone. Like, yeah, incredible.
Wow, this was a gag-worthy season.
Yeah, this is the thing. And I really like the celebrity one. Yeah. I think the celebrity one was really iconic, but I just don't think the stakes are high enough.
No.
And the other ones are so iconic because they've got nothing to lose. It's not like, if you vote Jonathan Ross, it's not like he's never going to invite you on the show. Like, there's nothing to lose. There's no network.
They just go at each other.
They just go at each other because why would you care?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't. But if it was like Celia Imrie, like, I would. I'd be like, I don't want to upset her.
Oh my God, Celia was an icon.
When she was like, oh, I think we're going to say the same thing.
When she like walked in, she's like, I'm just having a listen to what other people are saying. And Alan was like, you know that telling people, was it Alan who said it? Who was like, you know, by telling people, that's not really doing what you think it's doing. Something like that.
It was something like that. Or that time that when they had to pick the most two-faced and she was like, I'd say I'm the most two-faced here. I'm very two-faced. And they put her and it was her and she was like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
I loved her. She was so
that
good.
bit where they were like, where they were by the well. Was it the well? When they were singing?
Yeah.
Joe Marler was like, we know what they say. And she's like, yeah, put the pussy in it. And Joe Marler was like,
Joe Marler, I loved him. And he actually was so good. He was so like deadpan but so funny.
I think he was like one of the only people playing the game though.
Yeah.
Because then when everyone was like, you're being really harsh, and he was like, I'm the only one who's playing the game because I don't he's not an actor or anything. He was like, I don't have connections to any of you. He was I'm playing the game.
He had such dry humor, I think. Like, he would say something and you were like, oh my god.
It was hilarious. He was a bit intense at times, but also everyone is,
yeah.
Like, and
I don't think anyone has been as intense as Harriet was. No, I think she's top tier. Yeah. She's top.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She gave very intense energy in real life as well.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's just.
I think it's her resting face as well.
It is.
Her resting face is that sort of stern teacher look.
Yeah.
But I walked over and I was like, hi.
I'm scared. Like, yeah,
but like that's because she was a barrister. Yeah, so I think that's
energy.
that's just her energy.
It's not bad.
But she's an icon. Like,
yeah, it's just people's energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe Marler was insane. I really liked him.
Yeah,
Celia was amazing.
Celia was so funny.
Yeah, Cat Burns as well.
Who said? So I can't remember who said something, but I think it was Tom Daly actually, who said about Kate Garraway, like, she said something.
She said flabbergasted.
Oh, I'm flabbergasted. He was like, I mean, what is that? And Alan Carr went, yeah, but you can't call someone a traitor because they've got like better education than you. Better vocabulary than you.
It's when she said flabbergasted and Tom was like,
oh, I'm flabbergasted. And Tom was like,
the look he gave her. I use that meme religiously. Like, I send that to people on the daily. Like, that look of like
Tom Daly on the daily.
I was sad that Plymouth Faith went out so early.
Yeah, because the thing was for me was like Alan and Paloma's like best friendship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I can't lie. If you voted me out on the first night, I'd actually be annoyed.
Yeah,
like
I don't think we'd be friends anymore.
No, like I actually would be annoyed with you. Like genuinely, I know she was like, haha, yeah, well, it's water in the fridge now, but I would actually be annoyed.
Yeah, me too.
Like I would actually be annoyed.
I would.
I'd be like, right. So we agreed to come on here together.
Yeah,
so that's cool. Thanks for that.
Like, the fact that Jonathan Ross stayed in for so long as well. Incredible. Why was he still there?
It's because he's such a big figure though.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have wanted to vote him.
No, that's true.
Like,
I was so annoyed when Stephen Fry went out. I love Stephen Fry.
Yeah, I'm kind of impartial. I don't really.
I love him.
I don't really have an opinion on him. I'm just kind of like, he seemed nice.
He's just really cute. And then I just, I don't even know. Words can't express. I just think he's really cute and he's, like, queer icon.
Yeah.
And then the fact they just started going at him and I was like, oh, leave my guy alone.
You're like, he's a
leave him alone.
Oh.
To be fair, I do get the big dog thing.
Yeah.
But also, out of the big dogs, like, I think Stephen Fry is very clearly like a very calm, faithful person, and Jonathan Ross comes across as like that bold traitor person.
I think that's just because that's who they are, though.
Yeah.
It's like you say with Michael Sheen, like, he's a calm person. Well, I've never met him.
But he comes across
as a calm energy.
Yeah.
So it's like he could be a calm faithful, or he could just be a calm energy that's a traitor.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think once they vote Stephen Fry out, why did they not revisit that big boss?
I know. They were just
big
like
boss, big dog and go for Jonathan Ross.
Yeah, because then they were like, oh, he was a faithful. Oh, that's that then.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, why are we leaving
Has
this?
that not proved our Jonathan Ross theory? He actually is a traitor. I'm so excited for the next season.
Me too.
Miranda Hart is gonna eat. I feel like everyone I've spoken to is excited about Miranda Hart.
Yeah, about Miranda Hart.
I'm so excited.
When I was like looking through it, and it was like I saw James Acaster, and I was like, oh, okay, he'll be funny. That'll be really good. And then I scrolled and saw Miranda Hart. And I was like, oh my god, okay, Miranda Hart. And then I scrolled and it was Michael Sheen. I was like, oh my god, Michael Sheen.
I did see that there was gonna be some people on it that aren't, like Tom Hiddleston. And Danny Dyer would be
could you imagine Tom Hiddleston? Oh, I feel like he'd be very same energy to like Michael Sheen of that like cool collective. Come on, guys,
so
let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah,
like, I feel like he'd be like Switzerland. Do you know what I mean? Like
Switzerland.
Is that even the right term? Yeah, where you're like in the middle and you're like, let's just be calm.
I feel like Danny Dyer was meant to be on it as well. This is all rumors, but Danny Dyer would be hilarious. I think on the other end of the spectrum, he'd just be like, guys, you're all stupid. You're a traitor. You're a traitor. And I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
You know who I'd love to see on there? Gordon Ramsay. I love Gordon Ramsay. That would be hilarious.
You're an idiot sandwich. Like, he really
I feel like
would.
at the same time, it's been like quite frustrated. I feel like he's actually just a frustrated person, but I feel like he's actually quite calm and kind. Like, that's how he comes across.
When you watch him with like the kids cooking, he's really calm with like the kids. And then with adults, he's like, what are you? An idiot sandwich!
That's the thing. I feel like he's just frustrated at people in general. So I feel like he just gets frustrated really easily, but he's actually a very calm energy.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I'm really excited.
If any of you have seen Traitors, which I'm sure many of you have, please let us know what you think. And any of your favourite moments. I mean, I feel we've covered a lot of moments.
Yeah.
But there's always
so
more.
much.
There's so
much
many
we
more.
can go to.
There's
But yeah, let us know who you're excited for Celebrity Traitors.
Yes. When does that come out? Like,
actually, I
August?
think that they've only just announced, so surely they're not filming yet. I don't know.
Really, I reckon
unless they've already filmed.
I reckon
maybe
they've already, because last year it came out in like August.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I reckon it's filmed.
Could be soon. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we're gonna go off and watch season 1 of Traitors now.
Yes, we need to watch the breakfast scene.
Yes.
Okay, so
But yeah, we hope you enjoyed.
Yes, and we'll be back next week with another episode.
Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Bye.
Bye.